If you're a coach struggling to grow a business, please stop making this one huge mistake. In this video, I'll show you how you can identify the root cause of your struggles and how you can fix everything just in 1 minute by doing this one simple practice. So in this video, what we're going to do, I'm going to help you identify the one missing piece of the puzzle that's the root cause of your struggles, and then I will explain to you why this keeps repeating so you understand what you have to do after this. And then at the end of the video, like I said, I will help you go through this 1 minute exercise just simply by following this 70-year-old principle that stands even today on the market. It's a market principle that you must understand if you want to overcome your struggles and finally grow your business to whatever numbers you wish to grow it to. But if we never met before, my name is Alexandra Alexa. I'm a performance coach and I spent over £20,000 in the last 3 years trying to grow my business, putting my trust into other business mentors or coaches, which they did not deliver. By doing this journey, I finally discovered the missing piece why we struggle to grow our coaching business. And through the videos on this channel, my purpose is to share it with you to help you grow your business. So without any further ado, let's deep dive into this video and to understand where is it all coming from. What is the biggest mistake that you're making? And the biggest mistake, it's something related to your focus. We know very well the old saying, what you put in, you get out. Where the focus goes, that's the results that you're gonna get. The biggest problem that I'm seeing with all the coaches I've worked with and many other coaches who are asking questions online and looking for solution is that they continue to ask, how do I get over my imposter syndrome? How do I build confidence to increase my prices? How do I get over the anxiety of posting content on social media? Well, this simply shows where your focus goes. You're focusing too much on your emotions. You are using your business as an emotional regulation tool, which is completely wrong. If you spend your days putting off the outreach, looking at struggling to create that piece of content because you think what people might believe about me. Like last week, I've been through an accident, and as you can see, I've got some marks over here. If I was sat down here thinking, what would people think about me if I'm showing up on the camera with these marks on my face? I will never put this piece of content out. But I know that this piece of content that I'm recording now, it can help at least one coach out there. So my purpose is not to sit here to think what million people will judge me, but to understand that whatever I'm creating now, it can help at least one coach out there. If you're obsessing over that post, like you create content, you get over the anxiety, you create content, but then you sit down there and look, why am I not getting any views? Why I don't get any comments? Why I don't get any leads? Well, that is part of the strategy to understand what is happening, but you're focusing on your emotions. You become too emotional when people are not showing up to your workshops, when you're not getting clicks on your videos, so on and so forth. If you spend too many days rewriting your offer, you put your offer out there and you write it over and over and over again. You throw your offer out there in the world, no one clicks on it, no one responds to it, and you rewrite it over and over and over again. I am part of this platform school, and I see coaches every single day coming on groups, showing up there asking, can you please help me to understand what's wrong with my offer? What's wrong with my offer? What's wrong with my offer? Instead of doing the one simple thing, which I'm going to explain in a minute. And this leads to the final thing. You're busy with everything, but the scary stuff. You're busy worrying why you're not getting views. You're busy worrying why people are not buying your offer. You're busy with redesigning everything, creating more lead magnets, PDFs, so on and so forth. You are not running a business, you're running an emotional recovery operation. Why am I saying this? And why is this happening? It's because you don't understand the real reason why you're building your business and why you're running this business. With every single coach that I'm working with, every single of my clients, the very first thing that I'm asking them is, why do you want to build your business? What is it on the other side? And not only my clients, but loads of coaches out there, the reason, and not only coaches, but as an entrepreneur, when you ask this question, the answer is freedom. Financial freedom, location freedom, independence. They want to build something on their own. They want to give back to their families. They want to build this big lifestyle. But that is not the real reason. There is something a lot deeper that sits down there, which is the key to your struggles. And I want you to pause this video and do this quick exercise. It's called the 5 whys. Ask yourself, why are you building this business? And if the surface answer, it's again, I want financial freedom or location freedom, or I want to have this lovely lifestyle. Okay, then go to the next step. Why do you want financial freedom? What is it behind it? What is it that you're running away from? Or what is it that you're running towards to? And don't stop over there. Then ask yourself why. It's called the 5 whys because you have to ask yourself 5 times why. The answer to your 5th why, it's the root cause of your struggles. That is the real reason why you want to build this business, and it's the same thing that's holding you back from growing your business. And I bet that somewhere underneath there, somewhere around the 5th why, the reason why you want to build this business, is because maybe at some point in the past you've not been seen, appreciated, or validated enough. People probably run away from you. People probably told you that you're not good enough. You'll never be something or someone when you're gonna be older. Probably you've been through lack around your family and you decided that you are the one who's gonna save a family. You are the one who's gonna turn around the history of a family, and you're gonna start building this big business to provide to your family, never go through struggles again, so on and so forth. And if that is the real reason, that's an emotional reason why you're building your business, and in consequence to this, every setback that you're going through with your business, it's not a proof that the systems are not working in your business, but it's a personal proof that you're never going to be enough. You're never going to be successful. It's another brick added on the things that you've heard over and over and over again in your past. When you post content and people are not responding back to you, you don't get views, you don't get clicks, it's another proof that you're not good enough. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't receive that validation and appreciation. And it hits hard in your heart and on your soul. And again, what happens? You post a piece of content around the weekend, you make it big, or maybe you create a workshop, okay? You get a few people, you get a few leads from there, you contact them, you decide to take it to the next step, but then the leads, they go away. You start doubting yourself. Was it good enough? Was my delivery good enough? The things that I'm saying, are they good enough? Do I know enough? Do I look good on camera? And then you start building this anxiety. And you think that, well, maybe I need to rebuild my offer. I need to create a different presentation of my workshop. I need to rebuild my website. And then you stop doing the things that actually matter, which is putting yourself out there, making your business visible. But by doing so, you have to follow one single, the North Star, as they call it, which is solving problems. The reason why I'm creating this video is not to put myself out there to create content. I'm not a content creator. I'm not an entertainer. I'm here to help coaches solve their problems, which is the real key of building a business, a successful business. Okay? You have to understand that a business, it does not exist to solve your emotional problems or whatever struggles you had in the past. A business exists to identify and solve the problems of your customers. That's the only purpose of the business, and this is the only way you will grow your business. Therefore, I said in the beginning of the video, I said that I'm going to help you go through this 1-minute exercise to identify the root cause of your struggles, and then by following this 70-year-old law, you will understand what you have to do next to fix everything. Again, the 1-minute exercise was the 5 whys. To identify the root cause. What is the emotion that is leading every single decision that you're making in your business and that is giving the direction of your business? And the 70-year law, it belongs to Earl Nightingale, and he said that you are paid in exact proportion to the demand for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there is in replacing you. Key words in here are demand. What I'm seeing over and over again is that coaches go out there and they start following trends. What is working now? I'm helping coaches with AI to build AI, programs or whatever. The biggest trend now is in AI. The problem is that when you follow trends, the demand is high, which means that you'll be the same like everyone else. Yes, you might be successful on the moment because the demand is high. Now, before everything was dead, suddenly you have a spike in demand. You can ride the spike, get successful, but that thing at some point it will die, and then you have to find something else. Spikes again, dies again. When the demand is high, there's also high competition, and therefore you are fighting against other coaches, and you have to put yourself out there. You'll be vulnerable because you don't know if you'll be seen. You know, there's so many people, and you have to be different. If you are the same like others, again, how many customers out there can you reach? The competition is big. Customers will go to everyone. Okay. Then it's about your ability to do it. Do you actually have the skills to do it? When you're focusing on fixing your emotions, you're not focused on building the skills and abilities to solve the problems. Okay? The customers, they will always have problems. Okay? When you focus on identifying the biggest problem on a small niche, you don't compete against the high demands, the trends. You're fixing one problem. When you focus on dealing with your emotions, with imposter syndrome, with the anxiety of posting content, with am I good enough? You're not focusing on learning, on identifying the problems, to go and speak with your customers, understand what they're going through, what problems they have, so you can find the solution. Your focus goes on a different way, on a different side. Then the difficulty there is in replacing you. And this is linked exactly to the demand. When the demand is high, when everyone is riding this spike in trends, there is no difficulty because everyone is doing it at the moment. Everywhere you look at, everyone is offering coaching in AI, learn Claude, learn this and that. So there is no difficulty. But when you identify a specific problem and only you come out with a solution, there's no one else in the world offering that specific solution. So there is a high difficulty in replacing you. And when you focus on the problem and finding the solution, you also build the skill and ability to solve the problem. So there is even higher difficulty in replacing you. So what is the actual shift that you have to make? First, again, identify the root cause, the deepest why, and shift that from how do I get seen, accepted, or successful? How do I get to fulfill this emotional void that I have inside of me through my business? 2, make the shift looking at whose problems am I best equipped to solve? What problem does my client have? If you're working already, if you have many clients, look at what is the biggest problem. You don't know how to find that? Go and ask them. Okay? Talk to your market. You don't have clients yet, but you've been through struggles and you like to solve the problems of you in the past, to find clients like you were in the past and solve the problem. Fine. Go out there, ask questions, ask people, speak about you, your history, your past, your experience, what you've been through, how you solved it, and ask people, have you tried this before? Have you struggled with this problem before? What have you done? What are you looking for? Have you ever believed that might be a solution to your problems? Go and talk to your market. Then you have one problem and one sentence. Define exactly what you solve. Me, through creating this content, I help coaches overcome the limiting beliefs. Because this is the biggest problem that's holding you back from growing your business, not the strategy. Okay? We can have a full business blueprint written down, step by step by step by step. When it comes about taking action and do the things, I've done it myself, I've been there myself, and I'm seeing it with other coaches doing the same thing. They know exactly what they have to do, but they're getting lost in details, and they take action based on their emotions, how they feel every day. Okay? So once you have the one sentence, the one problem that you solve, that you can express that in one sentence, you judge your progress by the problems that you solve, not by how you feel, not by how many views you get, and am I getting pushed away by the market? Am I being judged by my viewers? No, you are there to solve a problem, and this is how you judge your progress. So, and also big here, the honest part is to understand that the void, the emotional void, it doesn't disappear because you ignore it. Okay, you push it on the side and you use a business tool to fulfill. No, this takes its own work. Your emotional struggles, whatever you're struggling with, you have to do the work on the side, and then the business on the other side. But you have to do the work on both on the same time. Not to mix them together, but to work on both at the same time. And that's when you are going to grow, and because you're growing, your business will grow as well. Okay? So, therefore, to finish this video, what's your next step? First is to understanding that your business, it doesn't exist to fix your emotional void. You have to identify the root cause of your struggles by following the 5 whys exercise. And the answer to your 5th why, it's the deepest emotional struggle that you are trying to fix. The second step is to focus on identifying the problem of your clients and not focusing on managing your emotions. And once you identify the problem and you can come up with a solution, an actual real solution, then you are ready to go again, and you have to do the work on both sides. One side, your emotional struggle, and the other side, the actual daily work that it has to be done to grow your business. That's all that I have for you today. If you want to learn more about overcoming any mental limiting beliefs that you might have, if you want to do the work on yourself as a coach to grow personally, I'm also running the Growth Network, which is a school group for coaches who wants to do the work on the side for the personal growth and to find the coaching business system that works for the business to grow the business. If you wish to join, it is for free. It's called the Growth Network, and you find the link in the description. That's all for now. I really hope this video is useful for you, and I really hope that you are doing the why exercise to identify the root cause and fix that once and forever. Take care. Have a good day.